10 furlongs coming in via the top bend, 2 furlong cutaway as Naqeeb jumps away alertly, and we're up and underway for the Coral Chesterfield Cup. Bolster goes forward along with Naqeeb. Silawi also racing prominently. Sabuska rousted long to gather stride back in the field. So it's Silawi who settles down in front from Bolster, Naqeeb and Jolly Jack Tar. They're being followed by Westridge. Wider out is Grey Cuban, who's going to slot in a furlong or so's time. Towards the inside we then have the purple colours of Tony Montana just ahead of Massoon. Defiance just pushed along in midfield in these early strides, with last year's winner Take Heart on that one's outside. Then Savvy Victory. Just worse than midfield is the market leader Castle Cove on the outside of C. Hector. Ancient Rome racing on the inside of Sabuska, who's got 3 behind, and they are English Oak, Shadow Dance, and last of all is Simply Sondheim. So it's Silawi who's already leading them inside the final 3/4 of a mile by half a length from Bolster in second. Naqeeb is third with Jolly Jack Tar on the inside in the Godolphin blue. Fifth belongs to Westridge on the outer of Massoon, who sits in sixth. Then Grey Cuban. Defiance corners on the outside of Savvy Victory, and right on their outside is Grey Cuban, who's being tracked through by Take Heart. Castle Cove at this stage is just still worse than midfield with Ancient Rome. Then behind these on the inside English Oak. Silawi runs down the hill and enters the final 3.5 furlongs. Bolster is on his shoulder. Naqeeb in the black and white colours from Jolly Jack Tar. Then behind these we have Westridge with on the outside Tony Montana. Castle Cove is trying to pick his way through the field, taking the brave route as they head towards the cutaway. Out in the lead it's Silawi with Bolster and Naqeeb both poised to challenge. Westridge, Savvy Victory comes next. Then behind these Castle Cove trying to get involved with Massoon. English Oak back towards the inside. Naqeeb moving up on the outside is Westridge. Then Silawi just behind these. Massoon changes course, but it's the well-backed Westridge who takes over and immediately goes 2 lengths clear from Naqeeb. Defiance flying down the outside for the places, but the winner has flown, and it is Westridge. Westridge beat Naqeeb. Defiance. Silawi possibly just fourth ahead of Castle Cove, who made late ground on the inside of Bolster. Then behind these Massoon all the way back to Grey Cuban, Jolly Jack Tar and Sabuska towards the tail, and last of all Simply Sondheim, who's just crossed the line in front of me now. Very well backed, double figures, 18-1 last night. Westridge continued to be well backed on the run to the off and has won by as much as 3 or 4 lengths. I think Naqeeb just held second ahead of Defiance, and then there was a bunch for fourth with Silawi, Castle Cove also and Bolster involved for the extra places. So a ready win. You can see Westridge nearly moving that fast as well. From in second place it's going to be Naqeeb just ahead of Defiance, and fourth place will go Silawi ahead of Bolster, Castle Cove, Massoon and Savvy Victory. Westridge it is in the hands of Billy Loughnane. Double form at Windsor last night. Starts Goodwood 2025 with a winner in the Chesterfield Cup.
Wow, well done. If you took some of those prices, you probably more likely got 14 or 16 back through the morning, all the way down to 6-1, signposted just before the off in the colours of Glenn Manchester and his wife, who are from Cobham in Surrey, owning in combination with Nicholas Wrigley, who's had some really good horses over the years. And Jason, at this point, he said, wow, who's this in yellow, swinging?
My word, and was he going to go forward? That was the question. He carries himself a little bit awkward, doesn't he? He's got a rather high head carriage, or maybe that's just the way that he is built. Billy Loughnane gives him the office. And it's not very often you can come down in a competitive handicap like that and just open up to win as you liked. Previously had been a fairly wide margin winner at Windsor, wasn't able to follow that up last time.
He's clearly, like you said, not the most straightforward with his head carriage, because he's got the shadow roll over his nose there, which is ideally trying to kind of get him to drop his head a bit. Not quite working. He's got the cheek pieces either side just to help him go forward, but that clearly wasn't an issue today. Yeah, and someone new for sure. And I imagine Matt Billy rather enjoyed that. What, swinging a furlong out.
Well, he really will have enjoyed this, Ed, because Billy, first ride, first win for John and Thady Gosden.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be riding for such good connections, and all thanks to my agent, Mr. Tony Hind, for getting me the ride.
I ply a lot of my trade at Windsor. I've seen a lot of this horse. He's an interesting character with his head carriage and how he goes about things.
Yeah, Rab Havlin, all credit to him. Spoke to him before the race. He obviously gets on very well with him. He said, albeit he's got his own way of doing things with his head carriage, but he felt he tries real hard, and I definitely felt that today.
I mean, he hasn't just won, he's effectively bolted up, but do you feel he needs to be nursed into a race like that? Like, Like if it was a ding-dong, he might not be the one who comes out on top.
Possibly. He did feel like he was trying today. I think he's just a little bit timid. He's got his own way of doing things. He enjoys his own space. And speaking to Mr. Gosden beforehand, he was just keen for me to try and get him a little bit of room up the straight. And thankfully the race went smoothly and he accelerated away nicely.
Yeah, those young Loughnane hands he clearly enjoyed. Tell me about the ground, because that's crucial for all of us. There was a bit of rain this morning, not a lot. How's it feel on top?
Yeah, it rode like lovely ground, good, genuine ground. They're making a little bit of a print into it, but yeah, it was enjoyable ground. They've done a great job.
Well, if you carry on like this for John Gosden, you'll be stable jockey very shortly. Well done.